Boom, boom, boom. Hello, welcome back. Episode 81 of TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded with DankNStein. We're right back where we left off with the golems happily working away. Now I wanted to test something out immediately here that I think Stefano put in the comments, aka listless onion. And I'm going to just test it myself. The question was about whether the original guy who's right-clicking, like this, to place pieces of string onto the loom, can also remove it, or whether an empty hand is needed. And I think I tested this, but I just wanted to check. You definitely need... Yeah, look, because that just places string. So you definitely need an empty hand to do the looming, like so, okay? For the record, string is the slowest one to do as well. It takes the most amount of clicks, which is a madness. Okay, it's nearly done. Now that it's done, what about... if you're holding it, you still remove it. Okay, so you see this guy over here? He's like totally unnecessary. So we can just pick him back up, right? He probably ended up in there, didn't he? Yeah, there he is. Where did his core go? Or is his core's on him still. And he still has a marked location. Right, I see. Okay, but we don't need him. The whole machine works without him. So that's good to know. Big up Stefano for clocking that. Probably should have tested that, but that's fine. Having a spare golem is good. Might help us with some of the stuff we want to do today. Well, one of those things is to grab all this leather and to go and put item frames down in the subscriber hall and see about also placing some of this potato and onion down, which was something we were waiting for the farm to give to us there. Now on the way, picking up any fruit that we can. In fact, that's cherries. Okay, there's going to be a lot of fruit from those two trees. We'll do that in a minute. We won't just go straight into that, but we will go into it at some point. Okay, so to kick things off for Stefano, aka the listless onion, a nice chunky bit of onion for you there. And I believe, wasn't the request like turned to its side or something like that? It needed to be like an upside down onion, I think. Wait, I should check. All right, so the specific request was 45 degrees to the right, which I think that is that. We did it one click, right? And it moved, it turned around to the right. Yeah, that's what the onion normally looks like, 45 to the right. Big up Stefano, and big ups for saving me a whole golem. Nice work. Now, as we come over here, I believe there are a few potato-y type people. Indeed, right, I can confirm Rebel Night Owl was one such person who wanted an item frame with a potato in it. So that's fine. There's an item frame. There's a nice potato. We're going to cut this in half though, because I believe Rebel Night Owl was not the only one. There we go, 2 slices. And the other person who wanted an item frame with a potato was potato. So once again, cheeky item frame, cheeky potato. All right, big ups potato, big ups Rebel Night Owl. So I think for now that's everything we can do down here. I don't think there's much else. There's a wolf. We need another wolf for Mango Golem here. I think then that's it. I think that's the only one that's like vastly incomplete. All the others I may have well, Poseidon, I may have cut some corners on certain requests, but on many others I didn't cut a singular corner, and it basically boiled down to what was convenient, to be honest. But we wanted to give everything a good crack, and I think we did that, but we need a wolf here, I think is the last of it. So yeah, big ups. And then that would really fully conclude down here, which would be a nice feeling. Now, one of the things I really want to do today, though, is get healthy. We've had such a bad diet for so long, and even though we're on level 54, our max hit points are just tiny. It's crazy. And look, we've got all of that meat that needs processing from last time. But I think we have nothing else. We have no more soybean as well. So we might not actually even have enough Look, there's quite a lot of grain. We can make quite a lot of bread. Oh, there's actually not a huge amount. Okay, but a lot of this needs seeing too, which is kind of what I came here for. Yeah, we can see the fruit and veg. There's just nothing. Okay, so let's put this fruit in here for now. Let's see to all this grain. Okay, it's not too... Oh, another piece there. To cut all of the nastiness off of it all. But yeah, we've got decent amounts still of quite a few, so we can make quite a lot of bread, which will be good. And I think to kick things off, just making sandwiches is a good place to start. Although we don't actually have any vegetables to even feed those sandwiches yet. So what time of year is it? It's early summer, so let's plant a load of actual vegetables that we're going to want to eat. Let's just start by doing that. I think it's going to be onions, you know. I love onions in real life. They grow the fastest, I think, of all the TFC crops. I've just gotten rid of all the food in our inventory, but that's fine because we're about to have cherries in spades. So we'll come and we'll harvest all these cherries in a minute. But for now, just to nibble on, just so we're not too hungry right this second, we'll just do that. And yeah, let's just go plant a huge crop of onions. All the onions that we could possibly imagine. Yeah, look, that's a lot of onion seeds. I think that's all the onion seeds. But let's plant the soybeans as well for making more cheese in the long run. Let's do garlic as well. Onions and garlic, like, you just can't go wrong with that combination. It's just too delicious. It's a strong enough flavor. So a little bit of shopkeeping there. I think these crops are largely just, yeah, psychedelic craft, not going to be making us any healthier, put it that way. But look, let's have a look at how they're getting on with this string. Yeah, they've really got their work cut out for them here. How much have they produced? Not that much. It is slow, the string is slow going. So on our journey to being happy and healthy then, one of the things we need to do is start producing alcohol. Let's just sleep, because we've planted crops now, so the more sleeping we do, the better, because they'll just grow quicker, essentially. I wonder if we can make alcohol with cherries. I don't think there is a particular type of alcohol we can make with the cherries that we have. I'm not 100% sure. The reason we need alcohol is because we want to start making more vinegar to make more cheese. And vinegar is made with alcohol. I don't think that's working. Is it definitely... Let's see. What do we need? Vinegar. Yeah, vinegar, this one. Gooseberries will work. Watermelon will work. Oh no, but this is once we've already got alcohol. So there's vodka, there's cider. I think we know vodka will be potatoes, cider will be apples. whiskey will be wheat. Interesting. So we could make some whiskey quite easily with some wheat flour. Corn whiskey will be corn, I'm sure. Fruit wine. Right, fruit wine. A bottling machine. Okay, so that's an interesting proposition because I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure how that's working. Orange juice. We can make orange juice. Okay. Honey wort, sweet cider, banana juice, juniper wort. But there doesn't seem to be recipes in here because it's probably all this kind of stuff. So we've got a wheat wash. And here we do have cider. So like, okay, as like a really quick option, Slurry, I think we messed it up. Can we fill these kinds of buckets with this cider? No, shame. Okay, next option. Can we use one of these mugs? I know we can fill to fill barrels that are empty. Potentially would be a good start. Let's just empty this. Oh, we can. So we can get alcohol straight out these barrels that we already made. Yeah, we can probably start making vinegar here without having to go through the process of waiting for a different type of fruit, which is good because we did, you know, we made a lot of this stuff. There's like a huge amount of this alcohol that we did make previously, so good to know that that it's going to come in use here. That's full. And there's still a little bit of cider left. Well, chef's dibs, or whatever they call it. Now that that's full, we just seal it and wait, and it just turns into vinegar as it is. Amazing. Okay, good. So we've got the vinegar on the go. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. But crucially, we do need something of every food group in our sandwiches. So let's have a look at that now. Fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, and dairy. Grain should be fine. The bread will take care of that. The vegetable will be our onions or our garlics. Protein, we need to process all of the meat down here. Yes, we do. And I'd like to salt it all. So how do we do that? Because salted meat is good, right? Oh, rock salt comes from crushing the rock salt. Rock. Sea salt. Yeah, how can we get sea salt? A cooking pot and some salt water. So is that like something like, is that a cooking pot? That's a ceramic mixing bowl. That's a ceramic cooking pot. Do we pop it in one of these guys, or? I don't know. But we've also made, like, we've got a load of soybeans growing. So that soybeans in a way is like a superfood because it can count for protein and dairy once you've processed it through into cheese, right? So long as you have vinegar. But I want to just look at our rock types now then and see what salty goodness we can bring to the table if we've indeed found any rock salt. It doesn't look like we ever have. The cooking pot and the seawater though, that strikes me as being interesting. Let me just see if I can work out what that is. Let's take all 4 of them, especially if they stack. They probably don't stack in our inventory. They don't stack. But let's still take all 4 of them and see if we can create like a salt production mine here. Yeah, I think I think this would be good because like salting meat is like, I don't know, it just gives me the feels, you know. It's like this is a process that people will have gone through for years and years back in the day. Also, I'm hungry and thirsty and everything, and so we should just go and have some of those cherries just on our person. All right, so we haven't done much down here in a while, and it strikes me as this is the place. This is the kind of place where one would what have we got in there? Interesting. Yeah, this is the kind of place where one would gather salt water and sea salt and whatnot else. So let's just start by let's pop this stuff in here. I'm gonna gather a few bits. Okay, so I think we should be good to go here. Let's see if this works. I can't remember because I played so much Poetica since I last set up, but I think if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, do we want to do it too close to these? Ooh, or even too, ooh, there's too much wood stuff all over the place around here. Well, I think if we can set fire to barrels of water, I'll be surprised. Let's Oh, I don't. Okay, let's go here and here and here and here and here. I think it should be fine. Yeah, okay, so first things first, let's turn off the electromagnet. And then I'm pretty sure that in 1.7 TFC that fire pits are not with logs. I think it's just like this. Yeah, amazing. Okay, and so we need a few of these. All right, cool. So we've got 4 of these going. And then I think we want like logs on them all. So let's fill them all up with logs so they don't go out. And then I think we should be able to just pop these on top with a shift right click. Oh look, and we can see 4 logs underneath. That's nice. I think as the logs burn, those logs, because look, you can see they're great wood in texture. So I think we'll be able to see when they... Where'd the 4th one go? Did we not get the 4th one? We didn't get the 4th one. Okay. Now a bucket of salt water can just be put on. No. Okay, this is the bit that I was hoping might work. Maybe... Do they need to be like put into each other first? No. Okay, all right. I've had a breakthrough. Shift right click with an empty hand opens the pot. Aha. And then shift right click with an empty hand to put the lid back on. Time remaining. Oh look, there's time remaining on it. Okay, so we can just mass produce salt like this. Yeah, and the timer doesn't start going down until you put the lid on. Okay, yeah. Sweet. Okay, so this is new. This is new stuff. Like we've not seen this before. Pretty cute. So the side, there's a distinction between the shift right clicking with the side of the pot and the top of the pot, which is what was getting me before when I was trying to lift the lid. But there they all go. There they all go, baby. Not bad. And I guess we can just keep throwing logs on. You can see underneath. Yeah, we can actually just throw logs into the side of the cooking pot and you can see underneath just about. You can see the 4 logs sticking out like that. And that one's gone down to 3. There we go, 4. Haha. So we just keep them cooking. Okay, our first one's done. So if I take, oh look, and the lid slightly moves. So if I take the lid off and right click, I get the salt out. And then I should just be ready with another bit of water. Pop the lid back on. This guy's finished. Take the lid off, take the salt out. More water. The process goes on. I think the obvious thing that follows is what happens when golems do this for me. That's the obvious question. Now, just nipping in here for a second. Can we salt the meat before we cook it? And if so, how much salt does a full stack take? Like if we just take 2 of these and just cut the fat off. Throw that one back. Maybe we can't salt it until it's been cooked. All right, now no word of a lie, I'm a little bit nervous actually, because I'm just thinking, if this isn't working, does it need to be cooked? Or is it that you need the same weight in salt as you need in the meat in the first place? Like, are we really barking up the wrong tree here? Because it's just gonna, like, we just need such a silly amount. No, okay, that reassures me that the meat just needs to be cooked. But we're still gonna test that theory right now by cooking a piece of meat. Okay, let that cook. Right, so that one's just gonna be our meat one. Now, while that's cooking, let's tend to some of these other finished ones. Cooked beef, medium, that sounds fine. Okay, now it's still not letting us salt it. So why is that? That piece is now smaller than the amount of salt we have in weight. Am I supposed to do something else here to apply it? I think we might have to stop producing salt for a moment if we're not actually going to be able to use it. It was quite fun using the cooking pot, but if we can't get it on the beef, then what's the point? Let me salvage those. Alright, so I'm wondering if it has anything to do with like doing this kind of stuff on here, you know. It seems like it doesn't want to put the cooked meat on the table at all. But because cooking with TFC kind of like overhauls all of the cooking mechanics, I'm wondering something here. Let's just try with raw meat. Ooh. Ooh. A knife? No, put it back. I have no idea what I'm doing. I swear if we can put them down on here. Do we need to put them in a mixing bowl? Alright, yo. I don't know how I did it yet, but this beef is now salted. See, it says salted beef. Maybe we just needed to put them on the table together. So, okay, so hold on. So let's leave our salt there. Salted beef. Oh, that's good. That's good news, right? That's good news. Okay, so let's put salted beef down on this shelf. And then let's just grab all the beef. And let's see if we can salt, like how much of this beef we can salt. I was just like struggling with it and just like putting it on and off the table. I don't know, I need to look back at the footage. Maybe it happened while I was recording a minute ago. Okay, so we got beef. Let's put it on the table, pick it back up again. It's still just beef. It's still just beef. How did I... Is it when I used the knife? How did I do it? I still don't know how I did it. Okay, at one point, I cut the salt in half. I was like, let's use half as much salt. Like, maybe that will help the ratios. I don't know how I did it. Oh, man. Yes, that worked. Okay, the beef was on the table and then the salt went on top. More salted beef. Oh. And then, how much is left in the stack? Yeah, it is. It's using it up. In fact, we only got half salted beef back. Did it? Oh, it left the beef that didn't get salted on the table. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we put that there. We take the salt. We put the salt on top. The beef comes back salted. Salt me up before you go. Okay, we're actually doing it. You guys, can we do the cooked one? It just doesn't let us put the cooked one on the table even, which is like another level of confusion. Unless there's already salt on the table, then the cooked one goes on, but it kind of like goes on fake. Yeah, it doesn't like to salt it anyway. Okay, so the cooked one's just cooked. That's fine. Okay, it seems like it's actually more finicky. The beef needs to go on first, and then the salt through it like that. But it can't. The salt can't already be on the table when the beef goes on, and then you take the salt off and put it on. Then it doesn't work. I know that sounds dumb, but that is what just happened, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's sort out what we got from that, and then potentially make some more salt. Potentially, we'll just move on to something else at this point for today's episode, but safe in the knowledge that we've got quite a decent amount of it salted. But alright, so we managed to salt that much beef with the salt that we made, and it took us a little while to make all that salt, but good to know that we've got some of it salted, and we should probably go through the process of salting all the rest of it soon. So we'll do that maybe between episodes. Maybe we'll do it on a stream soon, because I know people have wanted a TFC stream for a while. So maybe we'll do that. Let's eat some of this for now and have another sleep, I think. Alright, yo, just come back to here, just have a look. And they've not made much progress here, but look at this. They've really made like no progress in actual production. Wasn't there 22 in there before? I fear that we need to AFK here. Or, maybe we should load the chunks. Maybe we should have loaded the chunks before. I think we can probably unload that chunk now that I think it used to have the wolves in. We're paranoid about. We'll load these two, and we'll see if that presume, look, because they've done like more in the time I've been stood here talking to you just now and playing with chunk loading than they did in all the time we were doing all the other stuff. So yeah, something's screwy. So I think loading the chunks is the answer to that. So we'll come back and see if it's more than 26 when we next come back in a long time. All right, cool. Now, is our vinegar ready? Not quite yet. Bottled on the 4th. It's now the 7th, but it's early in the day on the 7th. And I think, didn't it say 72 hours for that one? Sweet cider, 12 hours? Oh dear. It hasn't worked. 1,000. And we put in 10,000. Oh, it's still sweet cider, you guys. Oh dear. Do we need to actually put fruit in it then? Or does it just not work? Does that recipe for making vinegar on the cheap not work? Or is it 12 hours per 1,000? Like, so I shouldn't have unsealed it because it's going to be like 10 times 12. It's going to be like 120 hours. It's going to be like a lot of days, like 5 in-game days. I guess we could wait 5 in-game days to see. If that works. Otherwise we need a fruit. We need to wait for a fruit that we can actually make alcohol with, which means waiting until the apples come into season, which is late autumn. Damn. Okay, well, waiting 5 days doesn't seem like such a bad option then in the end. Well, let's make some bread while we wait. I think bread is the thing that we can still make, right? Oh look, oh, there's some spare soy milk. Oh, I think that's actually really needed, because one of the things I've been nervous about, let's just nip over here quickly while I realise that we've got this. If you look at the soy milk that we have made, the batch we made is 8,000. I would like it to be more than that. 8,250. Okay, we're not actually going to... Oh no, we're just short by 1. We're going to be 8,750, and I think what we need is 9,000, you guys. Oh no, I was hoping there'd be like 500 each. But we do have... This is hot water. But then we've got to wait for the soybeans. Yeah, the cheese might still be a while. We need to find one more glass of soy milk somewhere. You know what? We've come this far. If it doesn't work, I might cheat one more in. Just one more little bottle of soy milk like that. Because I don't. Yeah, if we've got to wait like a whole soybean crop cycle. Oh wait, while I was over there, I should have got a bucket. Yeah, if we've got to wait a whole soybean crop cycle just for that, no thanks, basically. Alright, so, bucket of water. And that's going to be wasteful. Do you remember this? Because you basically, what you want to do is have half a stack. Okay. Because it doubles in size. Boom. And then we need more water, but I don't think we have it. Yeah, that's just not quite enough water. But that's fine, because I think there's fresh water in the garden. And that gets us 2 loaves. Nice, nice. And then we just bake it up over here. We've done this a few times before. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. There should be some coal in here. There should be something to light it with. We dump a bit of coal in. We light it. We throw the bread in. Whoops. And we wait till it looks like it's cooked, and then we take it out again. I think this clay oven might have durability too. I think it might break one day. That's some very light bread. I think we'll go with very light. Do you know why? Because then we can salvage more fuel. It like barely used one piece of coal to make those 2 loaves of bread. So that's super easy. Won't let us combine those, no? Is that because they're still at different temperatures, or? Oh, one of them's light and one of them's very light. Okay, fine. Well, that's cool. So pop that in there too. So we got bread. Oh, didn't we used to have like, yeah, I remember what we used to do. Like, let's put the sugar and the sugar cane in this corner, and then let's put the sandwich making, like ready for sandwiches, ingredients that are just ready to go over there. So we're building up. We could already make a grain protein fruit sandwich, which would look pretty nice already. But we want those veggies and we want that cheese. Now, in fact, you know what, guys? Because we're waiting potentially 5 days for the vinegar, and then potentially even longer than that for the for the crops, for the actual vegetables itself, I think this is something to follow up on in another episode. And so for now, guys, we're just gonna have like beef and cherries. Beef and cherry sandwiches. Roast beef sandwich with cherry in it. It's just like, it doesn't get much better than that. That's just like, what is it, like cherry jam? Can we put like another slice of meat, another slice of cherry? We can make double stuffed roast beef sandwiches. Now, this is going to see us get a lot healthier already, because we're going to be... Okay, our grain isn't going up at all. Slightly worrying. I did expect to see our grain going up. Yeah, it's got like wheat bread. It's overly bitter, ridiculously savory, ridiculously sweet, not sour, not salty. Okay, doesn't sound like it's the nicest sandwich in the world. What bread are we using? The very light bread. Well, it should still make our grain go up. Anyway, I think looking at the footage we've recorded and the fact that we've made some technological advancements in cooking, we've produced salt. We've worked out potentially a way to make vinegar. We've basically made salt. That's what we've done today. So yeah, thanks for watching, one and all, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.